Hey guys, thought it would be a fun idea to do an Ask Me Anything, and I put it out on the socials and we got a lot of incredible questions that have come through. So we're going to go through and see what you guys want answered.
Best free live stream program to use?
The best free live streaming program to use is absolutely OBS. I've used it for everything, especially during COVID when we were inside and couldn't go anywhere. As far as live streaming goes, OBS for sure. It's open source and yeah, it works great.
What is the meaning of life?
The meaning of life? Well, you know, there's so many different popular meanings of life. You know, you could say it's 42, or you know, it's do what you want. But I think the meaning of life is to make the world a better place when you leave than when you got here. I think that's pretty much it.
Pineapple on pizza?
Absolutely not. No, if you put pineapple on pizza, fine, do what you want, but you are wrong. Just know that.
How is it being the best?
There's a fair few of these questions. It's quite funny. And you know, I'm just really thankful that people think that. But you know, I just try and do my best for people, and that's pretty much it.
How do you get a start on property investment?
Property investment. So in terms of property investment, the hardest thing is the first property. Once you can get over that hurdle, then it does progressively get a little bit easier. Saving the deposit is probably the trickiest thing because it is a substantial amount of money. Something you can look at doing to avoid, say, Sydney house prices is to invest elsewhere. You could invest in Brisbane or Adelaide where the prices are a little bit cheaper. You only need to get a 10% deposit down. So instead of having to get like, you know, $100,000 to get a 10% deposit here in Sydney, you could potentially invest in Adelaide where you can get a house for $400,000 or $500,000, which means only $40,000 or $50,000 dollars plus stamp duty. So once you've got that, then it makes it a lot easier.
When do you sleep?
I know people think I don't sleep much, but I just try and use my hours that I'm awake really productively. But you know, I think I sleep a pretty reasonable amount, to be honest.
What's the country music video cliche that just grinds your gears?
Oh geez. So I don't think there's anything that's really in country music, there's no cliches that really grind my gears. I think the cliches are actually what make country music great. Everyone loves pickup trucks. Everyone loves beer. Everyone loves getting out into the country with their mates. I think that is actually what makes country music what it is.
What's it like being the coolest person on the planet?
Who asked that?
Karen Lindsay.
Kaz. Oh, well, that's a bit rich coming from you. I think you're pretty awesome as well, Kaz.
How do you cope with schedule and being so popular?
Well, I think in terms of scheduling, I think you just need to try and do as much as you possibly can. Sometimes I'll get dates from artists and I know that the dates have already been booked in. So what I do is I try and find a way to jiggle some stuff around so that I can get everyone in as soon as I possibly can, because you know I just want to do the best for everyone that I can, really.
If a stork brings babies, which bird brings happiness?
I know that there's a not safe for work answer to this one, but I'm going to say chicken. Chicken is absolutely the right answer because you get to eat chicken and chicken brings us happiness.
Have or would you start working with acts outside of the country music industry?
Yeah, I have done a little bit with acts outside of country. We've shot some heavy metal, we've shot some rock, we've shot some pop, but we do obviously work mostly in country. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to mix it up and do a few different genres, absolutely.
Do you prefer shooting videos that are more like a movie scene or guitar in hand standing in front of the camera, country style?
For sure. So for me, the biggest thing is variety. So I love them all. I just like to do lots of different stuff. So doing the same thing again and again might not be so much fun for me, but being able to mix it up and do a little bit here, a little bit there, I think is definitely the way to go. Variety is the spice of life.
3 artists you would love to host for dinner and a jam session.
Dinner and a jam session. Oh my gosh. Well, the first one would have to be Tom Wolfe, of course, because Tom always brings the party. I hope he watches this video and sees this. Also, Eric Church, and then we can talk about how similar we look. I think would be quite entertaining, and I think Brad Paisley would be an incredible one. Yeah, I think we'd have a pretty good team with those guys. What do you reckon?
Luke Brigginshaw says, "What have you done?"
All right, so this there's a little bit of a story behind this. Many years over in Nashville, would have been about 8 to 10 years ago. We were heavily under the influence of alcohol, and and somehow we ended up in the back of a limo. And I turned to Luke Brigginshaw and said, "What have I done?" So that's kind of where that story comes from.
What are your thoughts on Eric Church's sunglasses?
Well, I think they're quite similar to mine. I think I'm going to have a chat to Eric Church and wonder and speak to him and say why he's copying me, to be honest.
Who's got the top score on Space Invaders?
At the moment, no one, because it doesn't work. So yes, thank you guys so much for all your questions. It was a lot of fun to answer them, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, get a little bit of insight into what we do here at Blacklist Productions, and that's pretty much it. Have fun, be safe.